Have you ever felt like life is spinning out of control? Like no matter what you do, peace and clarity just slip further away? What if I told you that just 5 timeless rules rooted in ancient Stoic philosophy could transform the way you face every challenge, every setback, every moment of doubt? Forever, imagine waking up every day with an unshakable calm, a fierce clarity, and a heart anchored in true freedom, not because life is easy, but because you have mastered how to live within it. Stay with me, because these 5 Stoic rules aren't just ideas from dusty old books. They are powerful, practical keys that will change how you live, how you breathe, and how you conquer your inner battles. By the end of this video, you'll see your world with new eyes and feel a fire ignite within you to live fully, fearlessly, and with unwavering purpose. Ready? Let's dive in. Stoic rule number 1. Control what you can, accept what you cannot. Master your sphere of influence. One of the most profound and, at first, most challenging lessons of Stoicism is this: you have power over your thoughts, your choices, and your actions, but not over the external chaos that swirls around you. This is the very foundation of freedom. Think about it. How much time have you wasted agonizing over things beyond your control? Traffic jams, the weather, other people's opinions. Unpredictable events. They can twist your mind into knots, steal your peace, and drain your energy. But the Stoics teach us to draw a clear line. Focus only on what is truly within your power. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who faced enormous pressure yet wrote with calm wisdom, reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This is not just theory. It's a radical call to reclaim your mental sovereignty. But how? Start by noticing where your attention goes. When something bad happens, someone cuts you off in traffic, or you receive harsh criticism, pause. Ask yourself, can I change this? If the answer is no, then the Stoic rule is to accept it without resistance. Resisting only causes suffering. Instead, shift your energy inward. Choose your response, your attitude. This small act of awareness is a game changer. It frees you from emotional turmoil, impulsive reactions, and endless frustration. Over time, it rewires your brain to stay calm and purposeful amidst life's storms. This rule isn't about resignation, it's about strategic focus. Like a captain steering a ship through a violent sea, you can't control the waves, but you can control your rudder, and that rudder is your mind. Start practicing today. Identify your circle of control, your thoughts, values, decisions, and fiercely protect that space. Let go of the rest. Your peace depends on it. Stoic rule number 2. Treat every moment as if it's your last. The power of memento mori. Here's a hard truth we often try to forget. You are going to die. Not someday in the far-off future, but someday soon. It could be 50 years from now, or 50 minutes. You don't know. I don't know. None of us do. And yet, we live like we're immortal. The Stoics had a name for this brutal yet beautiful reminder: memento mori. Remember, you must die. But don't mistake this for morbid pessimism. It's actually a wake-up call, a jolt to the soul, a reminder that this moment, the one you're in right now, is the only one you're guaranteed. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. What if you lived each day with that level of urgency, of clarity? What if you stopped postponing the things that really matter, apologizing to someone you hurt, pursuing that dream you've buried, or simply enjoying the quiet miracle of being alive?" You see, most people die without ever having truly lived. They drown in distractions. They sleepwalk through their days, numbed by scrolling, shopping, complaining, until one day they don't wake up. But the Stoic doesn't live that way. The Stoic wakes up and looks at life with wide, reverent eyes, grateful, aware, and on fire with purpose. And here's the secret. When you remember death, you learn how to live. You stop chasing shallow pleasures. You stop holding grudges. You stop waiting for the right time. You act. You speak your truth. You love deeply. You risk failure. You let go of fear. This rule is your shield against regret. So here's your practice every morning. Whisper to yourself, memento mori, not to scare yourself, but to sharpen your focus. What if today was the last time you saw the people you love? Would you argue? Or would you hug them tighter? Use death, not as a source of dread, but as a compass pointing to what truly matters. Because once you embrace the reality of death, you no longer waste life. You live it fully, fiercely, fearlessly. Stoic rule number 3. Don't react, respond. Master your emotions. Don't be ruled by them. Let me ask you something. How many times have you said or done something in the heat of the moment and regretted it later? A text you shouldn't have sent, a fight you shouldn't have started, a decision made from fear, not reason. Yeah, we've all been there. And Stoicism has a brutally honest lesson for this. You are not your emotions, unless you allow them to rule you. The Stoics didn't teach us to be emotionless. No, that's a myth. They taught us to be masters of emotion, not its slaves. The truth is, most people live like emotional puppets, constantly yanked around by whatever feeling hits them next: anger, jealousy, insecurity, shame. But the Stoic holds the line. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." That reaction is the battleground. You might not control what someone says to you, but you absolutely control how you respond. And in that pause between stimulus and response is your power. Here's where it gets real. Modern life is emotionally triggering by design. Social media is engineered to provoke you. News headlines are written to enrage you. Relationships can spin you into drama. But you don't have to take the bait. The Stoic cultivates the habit of emotional detachment. That doesn't mean coldness, it means clarity. Let's say someone insults you. Instead of immediately snapping back or spiraling into self-doubt, take a breath. Ask, is this worth my peace? Or better yet, is their opinion more important than my own self-respect? This is emotional alchemy. You turn reactive chaos into calm, thoughtful action. You don't repress your feelings, you observe them. You see anger rise and choose not to feed it. You feel hurt and sit with it without letting it dictate your next move. Practicing this rule daily will make you unshakable. Imagine facing challenges, heartbreak, betrayal, failure not with panic, but with poise. Imagine people trying to provoke you and you staying cool, collected, and completely in control. That's real power. And guess what? The world respects those who master themselves. People will sense your groundedness. Your calm becomes contagious. Your presence becomes magnetic. So start with this simple practice. When emotion strikes, pause, breathe. Don't speak. Don't react. Just observe. When the wave passes, then choose your response. It might take weeks, even months, to master this, but the results will echo for the rest of your life. Because when you stop being reactive, you stop being predictable. And that is when you truly start living on your terms. Stoic rule number 4. Change your perception. Change your life. The art of reframing reality. What if I told you that the biggest prison you live in is your own mind? Think about it. So many people feel trapped by circumstances, job struggles, toxic relationships, failures, disappointments. They believe the world is against them, that life is unfair, that they are victims of their fate. But here's the Stoic truth. It's not what happens to you that shapes your life, it's how you perceive what happens. Epictetus, who was born a slave yet became one of the greatest Stoic teachers, put it plainly, men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of them. This is the essence of mental freedom. Your perception is the lens through which reality is filtered, and that lens, you control it. If you wake up every day seeing the world as hostile, you live in fear and frustration. But if you train yourself to see obstacles as opportunities, setbacks as lessons, and criticism as fuel for growth, your entire life changes. Let me be real with you, this isn't some naive positivity or just think happy thoughts nonsense. It's about brutal honesty paired with conscious choice when bad things happen. The first instinct is pain, blame, anger. But the Stoic pauses and asks, what can I learn here? How can this make me stronger? Imagine losing your job. The world might seem to end. But if you shift your perception, it becomes a chance to rediscover yourself, to find a better path, to break free from chains you didn't even realize were there. Your mind is the battlefield and your perception is your weapon. Here's a powerful exercise. When faced with a tough situation, write down your first gut reaction. Then challenge it. Ask, is this really true? Am I catastrophizing? What is another way to see this? How would a wise person interpret this? This mental workout rewires your brain to see possibilities instead of problems, growth instead of defeat, and the impact, freedom, emotional resilience, an unbreakable spirit. The world won't always be kind. People won't always be fair. But your mind can become your fortress, your refuge, your greatest ally. When you master your perception, you don't just survive life. You thrive in it. Asterisk. Stoic rule number 5. Live according to nature and virtue. Be who you were meant to be. Let's pause for a second and ask the question that haunts millions. In the quiet moments of their lives, am I truly living the life I was meant to live? Or just the one I've settled for? This, right here, is the heart of Stoicism. Beyond the emotional control, beyond perception, beyond detachment, is this final rule. Live according to nature. Live according to virtue. But what does that even mean to the Stoics? It meant aligning your life with your highest self, not chasing status, not living to impress, not reacting like a machine, but acting with wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline no matter what life throws at you. Seneca said, "A man who lives according to nature will never be poor. A man who lives contrary to it will never be rich." And that hits hard, because nature isn't just trees and oceans, it's the natural design of you. Your soul knows what's right. You feel it every time you ignore a gut feeling, lie to protect your ego, or betray your values to please others. You don't need more advice. You need more integrity. To live in accordance with nature means to fulfill your role as a rational, moral being. It means facing adversity with strength, speaking truth when it's hard, refusing to be corrupted by fear, greed, or vanity. It means becoming the man or woman you already know you are deep inside. And here's the Stoic magic. When you live by virtue, you become untouchable. Your peace no longer depends on money, people's approval, or external success. Your worth comes from within. You walk through life with quiet confidence. You sleep with a clear conscience. You rise each day with purpose, not panic. And let's be honest, deep down, that's what we all crave. Not the dopamine hits of short-term pleasure, not the applause of the crowd, but the sacred feeling of alignment, knowing that your actions match your values. So, how do you start? Begin small. Ask yourself each day, am I acting with courage or cowardice? Am I choosing discipline or indulgence? Am I building justice or just feeding my ego? Let virtue be your compass, not convenience, not impulse, virtue. Because at the end of your life, when the noise fades and the crowd disappears, you will ask yourself one thing. Did I live with honor? Let the answer be yes. Conclusion. You've just unlocked 5 timeless Stoic rules that can reshape your life forever. Not because they promise comfort, but because they promise power, peace, purpose. These ancient truths are your armor in a chaotic world, reminding you to control only what you can, to cherish each breath, to master your emotions, to change your perception, and to live with unshakable virtue. Now it's your turn. Embody these rules. Practice them daily. And when you stumble, return to the path. If this message moved you, subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. Share this with someone who needs it. And comment below, which rule will you start living today?